Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. We're a couple days into November now, and I just got my first reminder of the ultimate slacktivist event of the year. Yes, Movember. What is Movember, you might ask? It's where you grow a mustache to raise awareness about cancer. I have a number of problems with this event. It's not even a holiday. But yeah, that's literally it. You grow your mustache. Well, I know plenty of people that grow a mustache year round. So this would kind of be like having women wear short dresses in summer to commemorate infertility. It's something normal that you're asking people to do. Many years ago, in the 90s, when I was at university, the LGBTQ community had what I thought was a clever tactic at the time. And they basically, it wasn't really a pride thing yet. I don't think they'd advanced to that level. It was just if you support us on this day, wear blue jeans to campus. And in the 90s, homophobia was much more of a thing than it is now. Believe me. One of the biggest, strongest people I know decided he was going to drive home to another city and change because he didn't want to be seen wearing blue jeans. I'm like, who cares? Even back in the 90s, Silverlight was not worried about the LGBTQ community because what's the worst thing they can do? You know, ask you out or not be interested in you? That's the same as everybody else. But while that was clever strategy because so many people are wearing blue jeans on a given day, you might get an extra 5-10% who are consciously supporting you, and a very few who aren't. Like I said, nobody else was changing that day. Most people didn't even know that's the significance of that day. So the amount of conscious choice that went into it was negligible at most. Now we have this Movember remembrance. My question is, who's not aware of cancer? Really? If you go to the smallest tribes in Brazil that don't have contact with the outside world, they might not call it cancer, but it's still the same disease. They will have awareness of it. We've known about we've known about the causes of cancer for hundreds of years now. We know about tumors, we know about all that stuff. And even if you want to break it down specifically about testicular cancer, again, who is not aware? I just had my tests done for all that because I'm of the age where that starts to become a concern. But anyway, we have to stop making political statements out of fashion. It's one thing if you decide to wear a t-shirt declaring that you support a political philosophy or, you've read a particular author. I got no issue with that. But when we try to whitewash an entire fashion ethic with a certain lifestyle, it's honestly borderline a hate crime because you're swiping everybody with the same brush. Look at goths. People look at goths and they think that they're trouble and they're going to get in shenanigans and all that sort of stuff. Well, it's not true. I've known a lot of goths. Different hairstyles, different fashion. I was never into it, but at the same token, I didn't have any problems with anybody who chose to wear it. Yeah, some of them were out there politically, but I could find those in the artsy-fartsy classes and the science classes. I could find those same people anywhere. And none of them really gave a darn about what their clothes said about them. That was the image they liked. You see, it's an image. And that's why events like Movember. I don't even like it's supposed to be a portmanteau between mustache and November. So Movember doesn't even make sense linguistically. In the United States, it coincides with the Thanksgiving holiday. So what are we celebrating there? Thanksgiving or, awareness? And a lot of people still grow their mustaches and stuff to coincide with their sports team. As long as they're winning, they keep growing the mustache, kind of a deal. Movember is really just slacktivism writ large. Slacktivism. Yes, I've used that term before. And I love using it because that's what a lot of people do. It's like those old posts on Facebook, this little baby, it hasn't been adopted. 1 like equals 10 hugs. 1 heart equals 4 prayers, and that nonsense that they pull. Those are a way for people to show that they care without doing anything. How much effort does it take you to hit a like button? I should have calculated the actual amount of calories that it takes you to click the like button, but I'm guessing it's less than 50. And that includes the brain power going in to make the decision, because brain power actually involves a lot of energy. So you decided to grow a mustache. So you're deciding to do what your body already does naturally. And you're adhering to some standard for the idea that you're going to raise awareness about something virtually everybody is aware of. Biggest killers in the world are heart disease and cancer. Pretty much everyone's aware of them. And I have yet to hear the story of, I was walking down the street, somebody saw my mustache, asked why I was wearing a mustache, and I told them about cancer. No, that doesn't happen. So, the benefit of slacktivism is that you can go and say, look, see how many supporters we are, and just group them together, just like the LGBTQ people did in the 1990s when it was a little more threatening for them to come forward. But here in 2022, slacktivism is literally a click away. I saw a lady I follow because she puts her walks around like Tokyo and Japan, and there's some damn interesting things that I've never seen before. And I think she did this on purpose. I haven't checked on it yet. But usually, she stopped posting pictures of herself because she's an attractive young lady. And she would post a picture and she'd get like a million likes, and half the guys are like, marry me, and half the guys are, you're very pretty. And she's like, no, look at the stuff in the background. Today, she posted a completely black screen. And she's already got 100 likes on it. Like, it's comical. The slacktivism is so severe that people are starting to think that by liking someone's picture, they might notice you and fly over and sweep you away in their arms. And so, men out there, I appreciate, well, maybe some LGBTQ people are growing mustaches as well, but I'm just going to address men for simplicity's sake. Maybe that makes me somehow anti-LGBTQ, but it's not meant to, and I've spoken out in favor of them quite often, but generally speaking, men are the ones that grow mustaches. With that in mind, and leaving a couple exceptions to the side, men out there, whose mind are you changing with your mustache? Really? I don't like the feeling of facial hair, although I have an ongoing joke with my family that I grow a Christmas goatee every year, and I do until they get sick of it and tell me to shave it off. Yeah, I haven't started yet. That won't be, at least, I don't do anything Christmas related until December 1st. But that's between me and them, and, my mother will eventually say, shave that thing off. I'm like, okay, that was the timer. But growing a mustache, how many people out there have goatees? Can we tell that they're growing their mustache? No, not really. A lot of people just grow full beards and discover how itchy they are, and they think they're suffering for something. But again, when's the last time somebody came up to you and said, hey, tell me about your mustache? I can understand if you had a very unique tattoo. I can understand if you had a t-shirt with a unique logo or something on it. Really get people's eyes on what you're trying to do. But a mustache? What's next? Telling people that growing your hair out will help, cure heart disease? Well, what about all those people that are balding? They can't do that very well. It's a silly thing, and slacktivism just needs to stop. It's one thing if you post, how does everybody like this outfit? You're wearing a tuxedo or a dress, whatever it is, and most of the people are going to say, yeah, give yourself a bit of a confidence boost. I got that. Don't say, I'm wearing this tuxedo for awareness of child slavery, which is a horrible thing and people need to be made aware of it. But nobody says that. They see you wearing a nice dress or a tuxedo. They assume that you're going out. And this is the problem slacktivism creates. It's blurring the message. Yes, Movember does have an effect, and some people slavishly adhere to it, but not here in Silverlight's house. My dad used to do it, but the problem with him is when he grows a mustache, he looks like Super Mario. When he's clean shaven, he looks like Fred Flintstone. So, yeah. He started growing a goatee. My mother hates goatees. He can't win no matter what he does. And the average person on the street, I can't tell you which ones are growing a mustache for awareness and which ones are growing the mustache simply because that's the way they've looked from day one. With that being said, we wish to thank you for putting up with us on the Silverlight Show today. I apologize for my voice. I recently had a little bit of medical work done, and it's really like I've been punched in the lungs. Don't worry, I'm already getting better. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me through this little diatribe. If you can, please click on the link down below in the comments. It'll take you to our Amazon page where there's a fine selection of books for you to buy. Every book you buy helps benefit the channel. And after all that, we hope you have a fantastic day.